And like I said, I've got pretty good core muscles, I've got good upper body strength for my age. So me getting up is pretty easy. But again, if you watch this video and be patient with me, and by the next weekend, if you're watching it in time, there'll be another video on how to get up once you fall, which is again super important. But if I did one to the left or one to the right, one to the left, this in its own self will give you a workout. It'll work your core, it'll work your arms, your whole shoulder girdle. Fall. Get myself back up. And same thing from behind, right? I can do it from a full squat, or I can even go ahead and sit on my butt and just have my hands here, fall back, and to the side, right? Here, fall back, and to the side, right? Do a set of 5 or 10 or whatever you can, or leave that mat out for the day, right? And so, all right, I'm going to do a set of these this morning, and then I'm going to do another set this afternoon, right? So you know it's right there, and it's accessible to you, and you make that commitment to yourself. The forward falls, right? The same way. I'm here, and I kind of start to fold me, protect my head, and then let my body slide forward, right? And again, my hands are this way, not this way, okay? I want to protect my hands. If this was a self-defense situation and then you got knocked down, and this was concrete or asphalt, and you did this, and you broke a finger, or you scraped up your hand on rocks or glass, you may not be able to utilize your hands well enough to grab or defend yourself from the person that tried to accost you, right? So, at least on the side, yes, if it gets banged up or tore up, but I can still grip with my hands. So, falling forward. Now, why with the squats, right? Well, if you watch the resting squats video, it gives you a whole list of progressions and how to strengthen yourself so you can squat, which makes my structure better. But overall, I want to be able to squat, right? And then if the same thing, if I fell forward, I want to practice this idea, right? I want to practice, I'm falling, don't do this, right? You feel like you're losing your balance, pull everything in. So when you fall, you're less likely to hurt your arms and your head. Same thing, I feel like I'm falling backwards. Right away, I want to protect my head. Same thing, I'm doing it from a full stand. I feel like I'm falling backwards. Now, if you have a spouse at home or a roommate or somebody like that can kind of give you a little push, and you feel confident with it. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but at the same time, you're going to get hurt if you don't know how to fall properly. And potentially you're going to get hurt anyway if you fall. But can we lessen it? So that I'm going to start to collapse from the hip, right? I collapse and I fall. And then side to side, right? I'm standing up. I've gotten good at these. There's another video I have too on YouTube. It says air squats. And that's from 8 or 9 years ago. And you'll see me doing just the dynamic movement of the squat itself with breathing. I'm letting my whole body collapse. And then I'm standing back up. That's a good one too to watch. But I'm here, right, again, and as I go to fall, I pull me in, right? I pull me in and I fall to this side. Do it from behind, right? I feel like I'm falling, and again, it's building up this reaction, right? Think about it. If there was this shelf here, right? Say you're cleaning it or you're pulling something off of it and something went to fall, most people, the majority of people, will react by putting a hand up to protect their head, right? If you really think about it. Or if, say a wasp is flying around. What do we do normally? We do this, we try to protect our head, right? It's innate, to a degree. But I want to protect my head, and I say this to people in my SWAT job classes. Don't protect your butt, protect your head. Meaning a lot of people, when they fall, they stick the hand out. They're literally trying to keep from falling here. And when they do that, a lot of times they end up hurting this. Not so much in my classes, but it can happen. I had one of my best students one time. He went to a competition and he was fighting full contact stand-up. It's kicking and punching and throwing stuff. And he got angry with the other competitor. Anyway, it was that kind of a situation, and he wasn't really thinking clearly. And when he's competing with a person, and he goes to the fall, and he put his hand out instead of covering his head. He put his hand out, and it literally dislocated his elbow. This went this way. This was hanging down like that, and he had to wear this brace on his arm for 6-8 weeks. It's very painful. He was in his early 20s. Again, yes, he was in a competition, but at the same time, he could have been walking around on a boat dock and slipped and fell and accidentally put his hand out and created the same type of injury to his body. So, but again, if I'm doing them from behind, I squat, I protect the head, and I fall to the side. The other side, I squat, I protect the head, and I fall to the side. Now, I'm going to pull this up real quick as I'm talking, just because I want to show you something else. But, again, a mat like this isn't an expensive mat. They're easy to purchase. If you get something like this off Amazon, and you come in one cardboard box, they're not that heavy. So if you're concerned about the weight of it, and again, this is like a 4x10. Even if you got like a 3x6 or something, that's big enough for the average person to practice. Or even one this size, whatever. But again, it's something that you could fall on and you feel safe falling on. And this is 2 inches thick too, so easy enough. Learning to fall, though, is just that. I should be able to, this is just a standard tile concrete floor. If I trip and I fall, I want to be able to protect myself, right? I want to be able to protect myself when I fall. If you watch what I'm doing when I'm falling, my hands, I'm touching my hands, but look, they're here, and as I fall, I try to lessen that impact. But still again, falling forward, you can see what I'm doing. I'm protecting my skull, right? My hands come through, and I protect me. Now, I'm using a back resistance with my feet as well. If you see, when I come through, as I go to land, I'm pushing my foot down to lessen some of that force that might go into my legs or into my hips. I'm not saying to you that you need to be able to flip yourself and land on a concrete floor. And there's students, you know, in Swagel, you know, we practice a movement like this, and then once the person can do that and they have their stability, then the hand comes through, you literally flip yourself and land with no additional guiding or directing with the hands. You don't always have that option, right? But what I'm getting at is if you learn how to fall, even a very fundamental approach, you may save yourself from getting a concussion or a dislocated elbow or damaged rotator cuff or broken collarbone. And if you can just do something once or twice a week, just to role play that out and to let your brain process that, right? Right, I mean, think of it, like if you, say you're a golfer, you don't just go and golf, right? Sometimes you may go to the driving range, or I think it's, I don't know, I'm not a golfer. I think there's a putting range too, right? So you practice your putts, you practice your long drives. The baseball player, he goes into a batting cage, right? The tennis player works off of a backboard. There's not a physical activity out there that's a sport that doesn't have ways to enhance the person's capacity. So no different than me falling like that, or somebody that uses break falls and falls like this. But if you see what I'm saying, falling and sticking my hands out, and this is the end result. You give me the probability of damaging my elbow or my collarbone, or even doing this and damaging the traps in the neck, or the neck itself, the spine of the neck, right? And this kind of almost like whiplash, right? If you fell and you fell hard and fast. But again, this way, look, I'm supporting my neck. I'm supporting my head. It's just a very, very good way to fall. But again, with wrestlers, whether it's judo and doing break falls, or other styles that use break falls, or other styles, I know there's probably other styles that fall similar to what we do in Swagel. I don't go around and investigate all of this stuff, but I've been exposed to these two similar styles of falling, and I do feel that the falling in Swagel is great for a self-defense situation, an accidental fall outside or in your home. And if you're doing Swagel with me and you see this, don't discredit it. Think about what I'm sharing. And there's probably someone, an aunt, an uncle, a parent, or someone that would benefit from learning some falls, right? And if you explain it to them or help them to learn them, it will improve your ability to do it. If you're doing Tai Chi with me, learning how to fall, a lot of people that come to me for Tai Chi are not coming to me for the application of Tai Chi. Again, they're coming to me for the fitness. And, we'll say the wellness approach. Try something like this. If you watch this whole series of videos that we tie together, it'll make it make sense. And on one level, you're improving the overall strength of the whole of the body if you do all the exercises I'm talking about. And also, too, you're learning how to potentially, keep yourself from maybe potentially being hurt more. Just like the seatbelt in a car. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be in a car wreck, and it doesn't mean you're still not going to get hurt in the car. But that seatbelt may potentially lessen or reduce the effects. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. And, my opinions and my views are my own. But at least analyze what I'm saying and see if you think that it may benefit you. And again, the mats are inexpensive to buy. Even if you just did the ones on the ground and you just practice in putting the hands up at the head, it could make a big difference. So thank you for watching.